Click the subscribe button below to receive new videos as we release them. Hit the thumbs up button so others can find our content. For more information, visit thejerusalemasembly.org.
Beyond the Veil. March 6, 2025. Where Faith Leads To. By Ruben Garcia. I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Psalm 16:8. Is there a more profound psalm and versatile as how we can describe our spiritual intent? It is this one. For example, there are various words to describe the personal intent we feel the meaning of this psalm. In one of these various words, which is above, I have set the Lord always before me, in another context you would find this one, I keep my eyes always on the Lord. Another one, I know the Lord is always with me, all interpret a mutual understanding of acknowledgement that God is there for us, no matter what. But I am not referring as to the supplemented words, I keep, I know, but on the purpose of the original incentive words of the author, David. The servant of the Lord, David, who is well known throughout the world for his unswerving devotion to God, and this psalm is one that illustrates not only his unyielding confidence in God but also his undying love. This psalm conveys his confidence that his request would receive attention. In short, it was as the pillar of his complete trust in God and no one else. He not only understood but without a shred of doubt knew that God was the all-powerful one the Israelites were doubting, as demonstrated in the confrontation with the mighty Goliath. It is this deep recognition that young shepherd boy maintained that the other seasoned warriors did not, including Saul, the king. No wonder God loved David as a father would love a son. The prayer, the petition found in Psalm 16 sets an unprecedented for us today, just as it is Psalm 23. Both are the nerve of a beating spiritual heart, and as I assess our standing as an assembly of God's children, I wonder what steered it in a wrong direction, a once clear path toward a promised world in which love, patience, and harmony became minuscule divinity virtues from an awesome God. In contrast, David not only felt but showed us all his possibilities. David was so ever mindful of the divine presence of God not only during his meditative and accompanying prayers but also in every breath he took. Today, this deep-rooted passion of the faithful one toward God has become more of a nostalgic trend rather than being an internal aspect of our divine origin. And this can be verifiable in the last sentences of Psalm. You will teach me the path of life. In your presence is perfect joy, delights are ever in your right hand. David recognized that the right path toward God is an enormously powerful one, and from it, petitions are granted because it is exalted before God. Surely, in God's right hand are the triumphs not only of humankind but also in all things that affects his existence. David knew this very well and interpolates it this Psalm 16 and Psalm 23 as you have known to be two of the best well known of his unswerving love for God. Yet, it is sad that the essence of both is lately a reminder of what things used to be rather than is the way to be. Thus, why is the rude awakening the year 2025 going to bring? A keen awareness that humanity is in some sense has forgotten God, because it is vital to remind humanity that our knowledge, the unswerving one David demonstrated, is needed today and in the next 6 years. Why? Because human beings' transient mortality is in a quandary when viewed in the fragile nature of given God's eternity promise, because as God is eternal, he wishes for his divine creation, us be also. Humankind has forgotten or shrugged his shoulder and decided that he, humanity, is supremely capable of withstanding whatever is coming. However, the man of God undoubtedly think and would feel very different, and this would be the one that would resemble David's unyielding trust that, God is eternal and it is the refuge for those that believe, trust and adhere to his help with a joyful attitude. Therefore, the statement above, in any complementary wording as shown, still encourages us to trust God, so no harm befalls us. We must reinforce our commitment to knowledge that our lives are at the mercy not only of the darkness but also all that is capable to bring into our lives. Humanity is at different time in comparison to our ancestors' times. Noticeably, in our daily encounters. The ritualistic activities of the time before the year 1981 where our parents' and grandparents' spiritual encounters went through do not equal in any concept to what we are encountering on an evolving Earth. In fact, if they have passed away, they are cheering from their astral bleachers to be cognizant for you to be alert that the Earth is radically changing, and with it, it is also all of humanity. Keep a watch during the night, would what be the thought of the day from our ancestors. But also, they would advise every one of us to not only to trust God but also believe in Him wholeheartedly, not as they did but as you should do during these dramatic and evolving times. We are spiritual neophyte to all that is taking place, but to stay attuned and dedicated to the similar conviction David had for his perilous times, we should also adhere to the same love, faith, and dependency he sought and trusted in God. Remember, the same outlook can be found in the third most known psalm, Psalm 91, in which denotes the same intent as the other two from David: God protects at all times, night and day. Therefore, must make effort to be alert not to hinder your ascension to a higher level of consciousness as was David. Still, be cognizant that darkness is relentless. Exist where there is no light, wisdom, and attacks when you are completely unaware of its presence. Consequently, assure yourself of God's presence in daily routines by evoking the words David left us to imitate, conducted in complete trust and not founded in fear or terror, for that is the fertile ground of the darkness. Your spiritual dedication to God will successfully vanquish the inherent rebelliousness of the dark form. Remember, in your heart resides the temple of the God you love. His essence is in your eternal soul, and His protection is in the spirit of life He rewards you with. You are His temple. Be the custodial He expected you to be when He created you in all your divine nature. David did it. Now, it is your turn, my dearest friend and disciple of an evolving new earth. And as the Psalm 91 denotes, you will find refuge under His wings. You need not fear the terror by night, or the arrow that flies by day. Be as the ancient David, trust and love God. Now, it the time, not tomorrow. Have faith and share it through performing virtuous deeds. And so, it shall be.